He's working on his tile.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jack is in town.
He is?
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't he here?
Great question.
Yeah.
Be here.
Jack. Oh, the volume's low. Oh.
He's making dinner, or he's got dinner plans or something.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Yeah, a big old glass of bourbon. All right, you guys. Sam, you got a glass?
I do.
The opening poem requires a glass. Gentlemen, sorry, Paul. Raise a glass to Flanders, the classically aptly named friend whose life was full and always had a missed race excuse for Paul to lend. May his days be restful, joyful, and filled with extra helping of plays, for we all know that having a pet brings so many bests and one of the worst days.
Yep.
To Flanders the dog, gentlemen.
Hip.
To Flanders.
Had to throw that one out there. Sorry if I, brought you down like my wife did before the beginning of the show. But yeah, here we go, gentlemen. 300 kilometers, 7 hours, and it came down exactly 4 centimeters. Welcome to episode 520 of the longest standing podcast in the sport of cycling. This is the Packfiller Podcast. Think of us as a post-ride beer with several friends and one asshole.
You got pointed at.
Yeah. He's identifying it now.
Yes. We're going to get into things, but first the introductions. Our prologue is now officially sponsored by Thomas Hammer Coffee. Big thanks to them. Gentlemen, what is the perfect pre-ride/race breakfast? Pre-ride/race breakfast. First and foremost, he's the hard man of the group, Mr. Paul Main. How are you, sir?
Doing all right. I don't know if I deserve that title because I
What?
No,
normally.
you're the closest
course
thing we
you
got
do.
to a Flandrian, dude. You're the closest thing.
Because I should have rode today, but it was raining. I would have always.
Well, that doesn't make you
think I'm
not a
old.
hard man. It makes you a smart man. Smart hard
Because
man.
I could slip and break a hip.
Exactly. Paul, what is your perfect pre-ride breakfast? And if you're going to say a peanut butter sandwich, I'm going to crack
I think
up.
pretty close.
Really?
Yeah, I get like these English muffins,
Okay.
and then I put a big thick thing of peanut butter, and then honey.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it. That's your power for breakfast.
That's every long ride, everything that I have in the morning, even to work. That's my routine. I have that every single morning.
Holy shit! Because I see what you don't bring with you on rides, and where does it go? Where does it come from?
My metabolism slowed way down with this age.
Wow.
But when I was down in Palm Desert, God, I'm trying to think what I had. I had this granola that I ate with milk, and that was it.
That was it.
But that I crashed a lot easier because it's just oats and stuff. Although it's the glycogen on that is kind of a slower process. It's still
Wow.
so.
Oh my God.
That's
I need more than that. Second off, he's the big talker of the group, Mr. Sam Lathos.
I'll never stop.
The guy who shows up at the start of a race just like says you're all my bitches or something like that. I love that.
all die.
I love that audacity.
Yeah.
I do, seriously.
And then the confidence. And everybody's
It's
like,
what
wow,
I
you're-
claim to have, but
Yeah.
don't.
It was like, you're very confident. I'm like, oh, I know how this is going to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it never does go that way.
Sam, how are you? And
great.
what is your power breakfast?
Pancakes.
Pancakes are a good choice.
Fluffy pancakes. I was actually talking to a patient the other day about this. They're like, back in college, I was all about making the fluffiest pancakes. That's
Really?
my thing. Yeah, whip the egg whites, fold them in. Doesn't really matter what. I'll add Greek yogurt every once in a while, but fluffy pancakes. I'm talking fluffy.
What do you put on them?
Anything. Peanut butter's really good.
Yep. There you go.
Egg whites?
Yeah,
you're beyond
I was on a
That gives it
mission.
Crusties and water.
So I did this like class in college where you would go in to train elders in the community. They, like if you were 65 and over, you could come in and basically we did like personal training with.
Oh, good.
It was pretty fun, honestly. It actually like led me into like what I do now.
Wow.
But really great lady, Gretchen, right, taught me. She's like, oh, honey, if you want, fluffy pancakes, just whip your egg whites before you fold them in. I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, beat the egg whites until they're
A
peaks.
meringue?
Yeah, and fold them into the mix. And it's in everybody that I make pancakes for is like, these are insane.
So you're talking full from scratch. I've got a big bag of
Crusties.
what I call rusty cracks.
Yeah,
put
Crusties. Take Crusties, take Bisquick, but then I add Greek yogurt to it. I'll add some milk and then egg whites, right?
Wow.
Put the yolks in there and then whip the egg whites, fold them in. Best pancakes you'll ever have. It's out of this world.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
that's a lot of work. I just do water, spin,
No.
toss.
No, fluffy pancakes.
Wow. Okay. Good to know. We might have to. I might need
I'll
that.
do it for you guys.
Third, he is the action speak louder than words man of the group. Mr. Jackson Bulger, how are you, man?
Good, thanks. Yeah, my
I was hoping you were going to just end it with good things because that would have been the ultimate action speak louder than words.
Let's get to business. Come on.
Yeah.
No niceties.
My breakfast is kind of depends on what we have around the house. It'll typically be like I really like the Kodiak oatmeal.
Yeah.
Extra protein, but then I also really like hard-boiled eggs, just
Yeah.
2 of them. But I'll do them together if it's a big day, or just one or the other. Yeah.
There we go. Me, I am the M&M of the group. I'm tough on the outside, but soft on the inside.
Well,
Oh, that's great.
Take that as you will. Mine, actually, I just discovered it recently through this silly, goofy diet stuff. It actually was telling me to have 3 eggs and a bowl of oatmeal, which is basically instant oatmeal. I did a half a cup of oatmeal, cup of water, a little pinch of salt, drizzled some honey on it, and 3 freaking eggs, which is a lot.
Scrambled?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What I usually do is just crack them in the pan. If they stay solid, I try to flip them. If they never do, so I just like go fuck it, and then I scramble them up right there, and I'm just like good. We're good. Yeah.
Edible.
Let's eat that. Yeah. And holy shit, it's power. It is power. It keeps me going. I'm gonna try it again this weekend. More of that to come. Speaking of which, gentlemen, how's everybody's cycling life? How's training going? Oh, Sam's got a very pained expression on his face. Training camp is for naught.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What's going on?
Just like last week wasn't here. I told you guys like I am buried at work, and I'm getting over that. But then also working on bikes, all this stuff. Like my bike, I don't know, you weren't there. Showed up and the brake wasn't releasing.
Yeah.
That was a warranty
Was it
issue,
a
so I
disc
had
brake?
to do. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a problem.
Yeah. So I had replaced all the hoses, right?
oh, hoses,
Yeah.
not cables.
Oh, yeah.
Can you-
Okay.
Well, cables and housing.
Yeah.
The same thing, but I don't have a
Yeah, but
cable
they
running
don't-
through it
they-
instead of
you don't have
hydraulic
that.
fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, not
Yeah.
not a
Fluid.
cable.
Just
Not a
fluid.
cable, just
Yeah.
fluid. So that didn't work, so I got them warranted, and I had to do it all over again. So that was, Anyway, my long story short is I didn't have a lot of time to ride this last week, and I had a great weekend riding with my wife, but I was realizing, I'm like, man, whatever I got in Hawaii, like, has solidly stuck me at, like, I can sit at 200 watts, but if I start to creep up over that, I just, like, start lighting matches.
Really?
Yeah. I am just, like...
I think I have a plan for this weekend.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll die on the bike before I get dropped.
230 watts.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. You comfy? No.
Yeah.
Okay, how about 238 watts?
How does that feel?
Yeah.
Just turn the knife.
Say, Uncle.
Say it. So not a lot on the bike.
No,
since
I haven't.
Hawaii.
If you look at my Strava, it is very limited riding, unfortunately. But
That's
race
life.
season's upon us.
So does that mean you're doing Saturday and Sunday?
I
this
am doing
week?
Saturday and Sunday. It's a big
Sweet.
training weekend for me. Yeah.
Nice.
So, and that's what it always was. Same with Ephrata. Like, those are my 2 big, like, training block weekends to get miles and intensity, and then onto the season.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, that's got me rethinking everything now. But I'll get to
I'll
that.
still beat you.
Oh, I
Don't
doubt
do
it.
that. Better. I doubt it.
I doubt it. No, we'll see. We'll get to that. Jackson Paul, who wants to talk about how things are going? How's cycling going? Jackson, you have been running a lot lately because I stalk you on Strava, and I want to know why. Who is chasing
What's wrong
you?
with you?
It is, I will say, super convenient.
Yeah.
It is
I
a
get
super
it.
convenient form of getting like that base fitness, like constantly, like, you know,
aerobic.
Constantly working that muscle. I've noticed because of it, I have a much like I can go for longer now.
Oh, really?
Which is something that I have not been able to do in a long time. This last weekend, I felt like I could continuously like power, but and not feel as tired. And I think that was a big helper. I also think
I'm fucked. Oh God, I hate hearing this.
I will tell you what though, everybody's gonna be like, yeah, Jackson, duh. The amount that I have lifted over this winter and this like off season has helped an unbelievable amount.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a game changer. And like I said, that's a very much of a dub. But
Well, yes and no. I mean, there are a lot of people who don't do a ton of that, and they're still fast as shit. But
Yeah.
you know, so I mean, it depends on what you're focusing on and things like that. You know, I think I'm the only one who immediately starts lifting weights and gets bigger, and that is not very productive when it comes to power to weight ratios.
But I also think though that cyclists have such an interesting thing that like you lift equal get big, you know.
No,
but I think that like you can get big, but there's also like getting that lean, strong, productive
Absolutely.
muscle that is super important for our sport, and
And-
not even for just like power, but also like core, like holding yourself
God,
on the
yes.
bike. My shoulders don't hurt as much as they do anymore being on the bike for as long. Like it has really helped. And might I add, I want to brag, I had a little bit of an upgrade over the past 2 weeks.
Oh,
Category upgrade.
You know,
That's
I was
rad.
gonna do
Yeah.
it, but I was gonna. No, I
I
don't
can't
know
wait
where
to
anything
race
is.
a pro race with you.
I
Crits this summer. Yep.
I don't know if I want to race
We'll do it.
pro crit.
Jackson is now
Yes.
officially,
I'm a cat too now.
dude.
Beautiful.
I don't know how it happened, to be honest with you. I didn't win a single thing last year, and I was like, I thought you had to
You
get a lot of those.
placings. No,
yeah, I had a
placings
lot of
is points.
seconds. Had a lot of
25 points,
finishes.
right? Isn't it 25
Something
for
like
an
that.
upgrade? Yeah.
It was 30.
30.
It's
Yeah,
30.
I had 42.
Oh, okay.
So, and that was a year. Did I race threes for a year?
2
2
years.
years. 2 years.
Two.
It was 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
The first year,
Pretty
you got
exciting.
a couple big wins.
yeah.
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 So I think you got a lot of points there too.
I think so.
Damn.
But
Paul-
that's exciting.
Paul has a cycling life.
It's doing all right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Eh.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to come back to this weather as opposed
Yeah.
to when it's warm.
Fuck, tell me about
It
it.
sucks.
We do
It
need
sucks.
moisture, guys. We do need moisture.
Yeah, I'm
but
not
yeah.
complaining.
totally.
But, you know, that's where you said the hard man. It's like, I don't want
But I was thinking of you this morning because like I still have Trina Road, and I was like, Tuesdays and Thursdays are my day to ride. I'm done. I call it. I'm
No, I
done.
can't-
I can't do it
the
anymore. I'm
indoor.
out. I'm
Really?
so done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably. Like, I still don't start till 10 a.m. on those days. I'm gonna start riding in the morning for an hour or so. I just outside. I cannot do it indoors
No.
anymore.
It sucks.
I'm losing my mind.
Do you guys find a dip though when you can't focus specifically on a workout like the intricacies that you can do indoors? Though?
Yep, I do,
I don't think
but
so.
I don't care.
Really?
Are you talking like fitness dip?
Well, yeah, in terms of performance, because when you get on a trainer, especially with smart trainers and especially with all these apps, you know, you've got very specific warm ups, you've got very concentrated intervals you can you focus upon, as opposed to I get here, I leave, I have 4 stop signs, 3 stoplights, I got to go down a hill to get to this area. You know, it's 15, 20, maybe even more minutes to get to where you want to do the workout. You do the workout, you come back, oh shit, I ran out of time, or you know, something happened, or things like that. I know, you know, especially in our old school days, you went out and okay, I know this climb, I'm going to go do this climb on repeats and stuff like that. But you got to admit the details that you're able to get indoors is a lot more exact.
Oh yeah, I agree with you.
But
I
is
think
it
that
just a fuck it? I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, I think that like I will burn myself out. I think I'm already riding a very fine line of burning out before the season even starts, just for
Totally.
like motivation. You
Really?
know? Yeah, just because it's like I haven't really been able to ride the last couple of weeks, and coming off of a high of like Hawaii.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I'm like, you know what? I need to ride outside. That's the only thing that's keeping me going. That's why I like to ride too. So I'm done.
Yeah, I had a conversation with a guy, Trek Mike.
Oh yeah,
down
yeah, yeah.
at Palm Desert. And he's extremely strong. He's a big boy. He's taller than even you, Sam. but that guy can get in the front end motor. But we were talking about training programs and stuff, and it's, we're because he used to never look at his watch, but now on training rides he does, and he kind of gauges like, oh, I better back off, that type of thing. And I said, I understand if he doesn't race anymore. He used to race. And I said, races, you don't get to say, hey, hang on, guys, I did my 20-minute.
Yeah.
So for like when we go bash heads on the weekend and stuff, to me that's where the proof in the pudding. I want to perform in a race. I don't care about what my numbers are, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you can only, personally, I think for me, because not just the watts that I have to crank out, finding a position, but also the mental part of it. I mean, I feel like, and when I'm in the trainer, because your level this is your target, you don't push beyond that. You're just like, oh, I just got to hold this.
Oh, yeah.
In a bike race, you don't have an option. You don't. You got to push it. And, like you, Sam, you had your biggest, what was it, 5-minute or 20-minute? Because you couldn't figure out your bottom bracket. Some mechanic. Anyway, so, but, you would have never done that if you just watched. Watts. And so I think sometimes when you do indoor training, I know I do, is that you just kind of hold back because you're just doing the bare minimum, because that's my target, as opposed to in a race. There's like, my target is the guy in front, and I got to get around him or bridge that gap. Yeah. So.
And I will admit that there is also, I'm sure we can all agree, there is a power adjustment between being inside and being outside.
Huge.
The first of all, the cooling factor. Being inside, when your body temperatures are up higher, you're not going to hit the same numbers as you do outside. It just, you can't do it if you're soaked in sweat and your body can't cool, so your heart rate's going to naturally go up, and you're not going to hit those higher numbers as you would when you're outside.
And I would even argue that you're on a stagnant bike.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So that's going to alter how you actually. I mean, think about when you jump on a bike, in a sprint in real life.
Yeah.
You're tossing that bike back and forth, and where a sprint on a trainer, you're just kind of rigid, and it has to be different. Has to be.
You look like a monkey humping a railing.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why that popped into my head. That's my visual. I'm going with it. Speaking of which, personally, I would like to say I got in about 12 hours of training last week.
God.
9 of which were Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Nice.
Which was good. Yeah. Friday, we did close to 4.
Saturday, you mean?
I mean, Saturday, we did close to 4. Yeah. And then Sunday, I went out for 3 more on the gravel bike. Really slow. Not fast on Sunday. It was zone 2, maybe
through and through.
Yeah, zone 2 through and through. It was, it was feeling good. I got home and I actually had to text Jackson later that evening and say, was that a hard ride for you? I'm just wondering. Were you guys just being nice and letting me play?
Was it hard for you?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. There were some moments that I felt like, why am I coming around? Why am I pulling through? Mm-hmm. Because these guys are, this is still the demon in the back of my head, going, you shouldn't be here. You suck, get away from here, bitch. And stuff like that. And so I was just going, okay, well, I'll come around. I'll come through. And I keep thinking the demon in my head is going, they're laughing at you behind you while they're just sitting and coasting. And I'm just going, fuck, go faster. But I did feel good that whole ride. Mm-hmm. I mean, I went and picked up our RV, and by the time I got to, it was right near Jackson's place. And right when I got there, I was like, I could keep riding. I'm feeling fine. So it's good. I will say I'm down to 200.1 pounds. The objective is 198. I'm hoping with a good bowel movement tomorrow morning, I will be at 199.
I got some music. Yeah,
exactly. Let's just clean her out, man. Yeah. Hemorrhoids be damned, and let's see if we can get down there. And that's paying attention to what I'm eating, and it's, not enjoying the things I love, like beer and bread and pasta. I would kill a man for a bowl of pasta right now.
I had some risotto last night. It was so good.
Fuck you. I want some so bad.
Without rice.
Yeah.
Big.
Yeah.
So
how do you guys test your fitness? Speaking of which, do you just wait and go out and see if you get your teeth kicked in, or is there a specific, here I've been talking so much about this FTP number because I'm trying to gauge something in terms of where the normal average, line of riders would be at you enter a field in your own age group, the average FTP is right about here. I'm trying to hit that and find a way to hit that. But, like you were saying earlier, Paul, it doesn't matter what your numbers are when it comes to it. So do you guys do any testing, or is it just like or do you just look at Strava and say, I'm hitting the numbers I hit last year, let's dance?
I guess what are numbers but just things on a screen?
That was philosophical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was nice.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah. I think Paul said it best. Going out on rides with everybody that I know are strong people is a great way to do it. Things like this last weekend was a really great way to do it, especially in things that you don't really train for during the wintertime. Stuff like that. There are little things on Strava. You see the little fitness thing. I watched an Alexei Vermeulen video, speaking of which, and he talked about how his graphs look, his quote unquote fitness graphs look.
Yeah.
And how he does this like steady climb. He does with like peaks, and then there's flats and peaks and flats, and like some of his peaks like go up really far and then they flatten out. But every time it
moves up. Yeah,
every time you see like the number from last year is a little bit lower than the number from this year, and so you hope to see things like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I noticed that number on Strava is very fascinating because last year at this time I was, especially after like Ephrata, where we did this huge mileage day, and everything just went like 30 points. Okay. Mm-hmm. And it's great. And so I kind of built off that throughout the year, but I don't think that's an interesting algorithm because I think it just takes into account volume, yeah, that's all it is. Not quality.
Well, and see, an interesting
is it taking in quality?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so. Yeah. The people who have the highest numbers are the people that are like the most fatigued. You see like the people that ride every single day and their numbers are in the hundreds, whereas I'll be in the like 150 range and I'm riding 3-4 days a week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you guys don't look at it.
I don't care about any of it. I don't know. I also. For me, it's just like being able to ride with the group. But that's why, I don't know, it's fun to be the person on the front driving the train, but it's also fun to be the person holding on and just trying to stay with it. Like, I've never, I don't know, I can't think of many rides where I've like gone out and I'm like, man, that was a shitty day. It's like, wow, I got my teeth knocked in. Guess I better ride more, and then do it again. But that's just, I guess, how I look at it. I'm out for pain, so either I'll be on the front or the back. It's going to hurt the same.
Wow. That's a bullshit philosophy. It's complete bullshit. Yeah, this is such a guy who's probably been on the back of the field like,
what? It's my 10th time getting dropped.
I've been out the back.
Take it from somebody who started in the goddamn 1980s, was at the front for like 20 years.
You spent way too much time at the front.
Then now I'm at the back, and it sucks back there.
Unless you get behind his ass.
Yeah, well, then it's nice. Then it does literally suck. It brings you in. Yeah. Do you guys pay attention to other people's Stravas?
No.
You don't?
No. I do sometimes to get inspiration if there's a couple of like somebody went out and ride. Yeah.
I get on for that. Like David in New Zealand right now. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I just like to see, people that, the people that follow me. I always think it's encouraging to see somebody go out, especially if I don't find the motivation to go out. I see like, oh, so-and-so did that. Good on them. I need to go out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think to some people, kudos is important to them. So I'd like to see them keep going. So I'll give them kudos. Yeah.
Paul, you and I remember the days back when you would show up at races in the spring and not a single person would tell the truth. No, oh man, I've been training for shit. I suck. I'm terrible.
I think I got one ride in.
Yeah.
I remember people doing that.
You can't do that anymore.
No.
And it's, I almost miss it. And I almost find myself sometimes going, I shouldn't even just post this. But then,
or make yours private.
Yeah. But why? I mean, there's also that,
If you can't whip it out and throw it around, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Right?
That's what it's all about.
Like, it's Tadej calling it from 80K out. Like, I want to be able to do that. And I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to keep calling it. And maybe one will come true.
Oh, shit. Okay. Speaking of which, this weekend, Sam, you and I have a little jaunt.
Are we the only ones? Who else is going?
I think
know Stu and Dan.
going.
Josiah's going.
Josiah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Clint's not going?
I don't know.
No.
No, I don't think he is. Yeah. So,
David.
Yeah.
Jet lagged.
Are you guys still going for sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm
when
sitting
does
here.
he fly in?
Saturday.
And the ride is on.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, we got to leave.
He'll be a
He's
day
literally gonna, I know.
screwed.
He's gonna literally be asleep in the car, and I'm gonna slap him and be like, "Wake up!
It'll be
It's race
midnight.
time."
He'll be racing his midnight.
Yeah. At his midnight.
No,
yeah,
not even, because it's just a
It's the
4-hour
next day.
difference. It's a
but
4-hour
it's
difference.
a day. It's a day and 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
that doesn't matter. I don't think. Like, it's 4 hours.
We'll find
You know?
out.
I know,
We're
we will
gonna
find out.
I know
I
people
think
who
that it's-
traveled from Australia and they're
Yeah, I believe you.
yeah.
I'd love it. I'd be able to chalk that down. And there's no asterisk in the
Yeah.
results that says David was sleepy when you beat him, Pat.
Yeah.
So we can we announce that David went down there and raced and
Yep.
he pulled a podium spot at the gravel race down there.
Pretty
which is
impressive.
pretty damn
his
impressive.
He
wife-
started from the back of the pack too.
Did he?
Yeah, they both did. They were both just rolled up because they're like, oh, I don't know what we're doing, and then people just took off, and David's like foaming at the mouth, like, I should be up there, and just
Left
chasing
his
him the whole
wife
time.
out in the middle of nowhere.
Pretty much, yeah.
They both did the same distance.
Yeah.
For her to win.
She won. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to mention next, because she deserves a little later introduction because she crushed it and she
Yes.
won. And
Beast.
I just want to say that she represents the kit better than anybody. Your wife and
Danielle.
Danielle
That is
both
very true.
represent the team so much better than you guys do.
That is very true. I'm
They
not
wear
even
the
going to
kit.
deny it. Yep.
Danielle had
They're on
actually
the
the
podium
socks.
more often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I want to wonder is that other people on the podium when Danielle was there just going, in their New Zealand accent.
Oh, they were.
Who the fuck is this
I
lady?
know. Can you? I was thinking that exact same thing. Like, imagine when you're here and some Kiwi rolls up and
Yeah.
smashes your teeth in, and it's like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Like-
I had this.
Yeah.
I
Why did
had
you
a
try-
spot on my wall for
Yeah.
the medal,
I know.
asshole.
And it's like, somebody shows up. So, yeah, pretty cool.
International incident.
Yeah.
International incident written all over
Pretty
it.
cool.
That is pretty cool. I can't wait to hear the story about it.
Yeah.
And if they, found the Shire and, Mordor and all that kind of stuff.
The photos on Strava do look like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another YouTube people I follow that were in New Zealand, and it just looks amazing.
Epic.
At times I'm like, oh, that looks like Central Washington, and then at times I'm like, oh, that looks like Western Washington, and then there's times it's like, holy shit, that I don't know what that looks like.
Did you see David's most recent ride yesterday was 35 miles and 6,500 feet of climbing? He's like, I thought it was a flat ride. And I'm like,
Oh my god!
did you look at Strava? Did you
Yeah.
map it out and look at Strava and see that is nowhere near a flat ride?
Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
Still married.
No.
Oh,
and-
she went with him.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
know. You can just tell the tension in this room alone. It's like,
Yeah.
David, you dummy.
I don't know if my wife's listening to you right now, but she would have done that back in the day.
Yeah.
When we were on, even on our tandems, we used to go out for 4 or 5 hour mountain bike rides, and like all day excursions with my parents.
Yeah.
And yeah,
My
That's
wife
crazy.
would go along if I told her it's going to be flat and there's 6,500.
Yes.
She would
That's-
not.
you-
She would be hammered down, but I would get a tongue lashing when I
Yep.
got back.
That's
Yeah.
What the heck? I
Yeah.
thought this
was
was supposed-
flat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 You're
And
a liar.
Day post race.
You sit on a crown of lies. You smell like beef cheese.
gentlemen, let's move the show on. Get to the news tonight. I don't have a sponsor because Thomas Hammer is now at the opening of the show, so usually it's right there. So drink more coffee, because the segments are actually going to be sponsored by our other sponsor. So there we go. You guys, in case you didn't know, Milan-San Remo happened this weekend, and it was an okay race. Things kind of came together okay. Lie. They were unbelievable. Tadej Pogačar did it. He conquered his demons, you guys. 117th Milan-San Remo, and one of the most, some would call the most chaotic editions in recent memory. I can't wait to hear you guys say your opinions on it. Crashing heavily before the Cipressa, chased back down the peloton, astonishingly attacked anyway. On a cracked bike, we found out. Yeah. Took Pidcock and Mathieu van der Poel with him to the Poggio. Poggio, he absolutely record-breaking effort, pushing 620 watts for over a minute with a peak of almost 900 watts. Yeah, just digest that for a second. Finally cracking Van der Poel, and yes, haters, before I finish this sentence, I will say that Van der Poel had a huge gash on his hand and claims he was unable to grip the bars very well. He and Pidcock descended together, and world champion narrowly outsprinted the Brit on the Via Roma. Wout van Aert, in an absolutely crushing ride, also held off the chasers to finish third. So the crash seen and heard around the world. Gentlemen, talk to me about that moment, everything that went down, and the fact that Tadej got up and won on a cracked frame. I know I always ask, is anybody bored of this, but I was not bored.
That was cool.
I was not bored with Tadej winning that race.
That was
because
cool.
Because coming down to the last second, I didn't think he was going to do it.
I actually screamed. Yeah,
Did you?
I was like, "What is going on?"
Really?
I actually screamed. I was so stoked. Just like that was such a good showing, and seeing like Wout closing the gap behind them. It's like, man, this is an insane race.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I think it was a phenomenal race.
Yeah, I'm happy that I was able to join it actually live as well.
Yeah.
Because
QHBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I started at the beginning and I was like, wow, it's whatever time it was, and they're still racing.
Yeah.
But when the crash happened, I got a little nervous. But for some reason, with how racing goes anymore, I'm not really that worried anymore about Tadej not being able to get back to the race. But
what a team, by the way.
I was just about to say.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Yeah.
I think Brandon McNulty deserves
Holy
a big
God.
bonus.
Yeah.
And then Del Toro is the card that you can play anywhere. Mm-hmm. He is their Joker.
Yeah, he's a wild card.
Yeah. Because they were like, oh, Tadej went down, Isaac, stay up. And he was just right at the front the whole time. And then the second that Tadej got back up, he just blew the thing up. And it was crazy seeing that team come together and do that. And then I will say this was probably Pidcock's best race I've ever seen him race on the road before. That was really impressive. And I think Pidcock
he was so
deserves,
close to falling off at the end. The Poggio. Like he was just he was right on that edge.
Yeah.
Like if it went on for another probably 20 seconds, I think he would have cracked. Like you could tell at
You
the
think
top.
so?
At the top, he was just like his teeth were gritting, and he was just like, on his limit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did you hear his comment afterwards?
Yeah.
He just said that actually Tadej
Would do 30-second surges.
and that's just like cyclocross stuff.
Mhm.
So that served him up. Had he continued on, he said they probably wouldn't be able to hang on.
Yep.
But I was thinking about Pidcock. 2 years in a row, he's set to win. He's in a good position. Did not crash. Tadej just freaking buries both Strada last year and here, and he can't even beat him. If that doesn't mess with somebody's head, it's like this guy. And then to find out that his frame was cracked.
Yeah.
That's
It's like-
crazy.
Wouldn't you say, though, that at least the gap isn't as substantial as it was at something like Strada
Oh,
Bianca?
I think they would have been played completely different. One, if there was no crash, I can't say what was going to happen, but
I don't think that he would have been there.
nah, yeah, there could be like Mathieu would have been an issue.
Mm-hmm.
It probably would have been a completely different turnout, but I didn't.
Did Mathieu go down?
Was I
Didn't they
texting
crash?
you?
Well, I saw his hand. It was
Yeah.
pretty bloody.
Was
Oh,
I
okay.
texting you on? Because I had several people texting at the same time. Because CP and Dave,
Oh, okay.
when they went down, when Tadej went down, and then Wout went down, and I'm like, Jesus, Wout can't even.
Yeah.
That guy has no luck at all.
Give this man a
He's
favor.
born under a
Yeah.
bad sign.
Yeah.
But I texted him that, and then I said, well, it's up to Mathieu that's going to be his race to lose. And then they showed up the Poggio, and they were not the Poggio, but the
Cipressa.
They were heading towards that, and his team was bringing him up, and he's at a gap, and I'm thinking something's strange, and I looked, and he has a little tear on his shorts, and then he has a mark on his arm. I did not see his hand. I said, I think he went down.
Yeah.
And it must be CP and Dave, and I said, I'm sure he's gone down. But what it was is a bike flew into him and banged against him. I don't know if he went down.
Oh, okay.
Which is interesting for me to play this out. I don't know the extent of his injuries, but that guy never crashes. He never has a flat. The only incident that I can recall was last year, Paris-Roubaix, after Tadej crashed, he got a flat on the Carrefour de l'Arbre, and he was panicking because he had to get a bike change, and he didn't know how close Tadej was. And that I thought, I've never seen him panic. Mm-hmm. And then this is the first time he's missed crashes even this year. It's like, how did he get around that?
Yeah, going through the
so I don't know the extent of his his injuries, but Tadej looked a little more banged up than, if you can't grip the bars, you can't grip the bars.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Who knows where he could have been? Maybe Tadej was just too good to beat.
And it could be, or maybe that's, for somebody who has tons of luck, who never crashes, and he's won every cross race this year and every race that he's been in this year, and then all of a sudden, what happened? I got hit by a bike. I'm bleeding. These are the things, that mental side that I wonder if that got in his head.
He did go down.
Cool.
He did go down on that Worlds. Remember, he went around the corner and slid out and broke the boa.
Yeah,
on his
that
shoes.
was
and then won
5 years ago. Yeah.
So cool that crashed, minute gap, and closed it to get third.
Yeah.
What could have been?
Amazing.
Where do you think that could take us towards further classics here in the year?
I think he's winding up. I really hope we see some more Wout.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think that we will see Wout on the podium.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to win.
Really?
I think it just depends on who's there.
Yeah. I just think he's going for a Flanders. He's going for a Roubaix.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have one person that's probably going to win both of them this year.
Tadej?
Roubaix and Flanders.
Yeah, I just do. I think I saw a comment.
So you heard it here first, folks.
I saw a comment on a post that was like, I think this will be his best year ever, and we will call him the greatest ever after this year. I kind of see it. I really do.
See it.
Because I think this is like he's finally getting the things that he's been missing, and I think sooner or later, he's gonna get Roubaix either this year or next year, and I think because he's been winning everything,
we can't jinx him.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that have to go right.
I will take us back 2025 that said he wins the Worlds, and I'm like, he'll win all that shit, and we will be able to call him the best, but apparently he has to win all 5 to be called the best.
Well, he's the
Did
toughest
Merckx
one to
win all
win.
5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has, in monuments, he has 19. Roger de Vlaeminck has 11, and he's tied with Tadej. So Tadej will be second place to. So no one has ever won 5 monuments consecutively.
In the same year.
Consecutively. He's already done Liège. He won that one. Then he won Lombardia.
Yeah.
San Remo. If he wins Flanders and Roubaix, he has all the 5 monuments. But if he does Liège, he's going to win. He's won that 4 times. He's won 4 times.
So that would take it 6.
Yeah. But he could do it all in 1 year, all 5 monuments in 1 year. No one's ever done that, not even Merckx.
And nobody will beat him in Lombardia. Nobody can beat him in Lombardia.
It would have to be. Well,
the race was built for
you
him.
couldn't say him crashing because that doesn't even stop him.
Yeah.
Other than Liège, Bastogne Liège, when he crashed and broke his wrist.
I was going to say,
Right. Jesus Christ himself would have to come down and race against this dude.
Him.
Like, that is the only thing that's going to beat him.
Speaking of crashing, I do want to bring up the women's Milano-San Remo. Absolutely. By the way, I picked the winner. In great nail-biting finale with Lotte Kopecky showing her true return to form, as if there were any doubts, and taking it on the line. However, the race was quite overshadowed by a very high-speed crash on the Cipressa descent. I don't know if you guys caught that. I'm sure it's been all over the place. And it first of all, it was an absolutely horrific crash. I'm hearing that most everybody is on the recovery path who was involved. There was nothing too
no broken bones,
overly severe.
Well, the girl who did go over the barrier did break 3 ribs.
She did. Yeah, and that one scared me the most when I saw her not moving upon impact. And I do want to add in that what has got me the most is digging a little deeper and the wave of sexist commentary on social media that came about by some of these keyboard douchebags who were, I'm not going to repeat some of the comments, but, saying along the lines of, women don't belong in this. This is, the bike handling skills they don't possess, all this type of stuff. And I truly, my closing tonight is going to be, my segment is going to be about some of these types of people, because as this year, especially with our social media presence growing, I'm getting quite a bit more of it. And it just gets me to the point where I remember, once again, back in the day, where the only way anybody could critique you is if they were faster than you. Or if they had an opinion about you, they would yell at you from the side of the road. And nobody did that to us at the amateur level. I just can't get the difference between when men crash, it's thought of as heroic and on the edge. But when women crash, the comments turn into a gender debate. I mean, I don't know if you guys have anything you want to add in on this, but how do we finally kill this hypocrisy?
You're not going to.
You're not.
No. The people are idiots that if they're sexist, they're not going to change their mind.
Yeah.
Not anything, in my opinion, anything you're going to say or do, you just don't listen to them.
Yeah, don't listen to them.
You just shut it down.
Yeah.
Because you're just adding fuel to the fire,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. Listen, these women are fantastic bike riders, fantastic bike handlers, and if somebody's going to use that, saying, "Oh, women, they can't handle the bike," or whatever, sexist thing. You know what? Yeah, I promise you could probably not stay on the wheel. And it's like,
if you're a Cat 1 here, you're gonna get dropped by these people.
Yeah,
they're gonna destroy your ass.
And in my opinion, and this probably isn't favorable, they race differently than the guys do. They have different tactics,
sure.
and everything. Well, yeah, they turn the wheels over and hit the cranks, and they hang on the bars, but. Their tactics are different. Everything there's nothing wrong with that. They don't have to be like the men. This is women racing bikes, and we got to get into that. This is their style. This is the way they do things, and it's fun to watch. There's some talent in there. It doesn't have to. Why is the man has to be the scale of what women's cycling is? It isn't. No. They are writing history right now. They like Milan-San Remo.
Yeah.
This is their history, the history that men fortunately had for over 100 years. We're watching history being made by
Year
these
one.
women.
Yeah.
So sit back and enjoy it. And shut your mouth.
Agreed.
I don't have anything to add to that. That was damn good.
Everyone watches women's sports.
No, that was damn good. Speaking of which, we do have the little mini classic of E3 Saxo, E3 Saxo Classic this weekend. Friday. Is it Friday?
Friday.
It is Friday this year. The mini tour of Flanders, they call it, the E3 Saxo, marking the true start of a beautiful time of the year. The Flemish the campaign. Mathieu van der Poel is lining up apparently as overwhelming favorite. Notably, Wout van Aert is also starting, from what I hear. Is he? No, I have here he's resting.
No. Yeah.
As is Tadej Pogačar. Visma will look to Christophe Laporte to lead the change over the Paderberg and the Ode Quermont.
Really going to beat Mathieu. Can't wait for that to go down.
Paul, give us a little bit of a background to this one in terms of what it is and compares to some of the other Flandrian.
Well, this one started in 1958, and E3 it used to be Herbeke was the town it started. It went to Antwerp and then back to Herbeke. But E3 is the European highway system, and in Belgium now it's the E17. It raced kind of along that way. So anyway, that's how that name got it. It doesn't have a great history when it comes to promotional posters. So speaking of sexism.
Oh, they've done some horribly sexist posters.
Yeah. Not so much anymore. But nevertheless, outside of that, a lot of guys like it. It's not long. I think it's 200 and maybe 5-6 kilometers or so. I don't know. I don't quote me on that. But a lot of the same hills that you see at Flanders, they'll do the Paterberg and then the Kwaremont as opposed to the Kwaremont Paterberg. The Kreuzberg. I mean, there's all these famous climbs that they do, but in a different order. And so, there's a lot more fresh legs towards the end, so it's very exciting to watch. It's one of my favorite races. Tom Bonen has won it 5 times. He had 4 in a row. That's the record.
Oh, wow.
And then, let's see, Wout has 2, and Mathieu has 2, so he's going for his 3rd. And I think, who else has 3? Fabian Cancellara has 3. So, I mean, if you look down the list, they're who's who've won this race. Even Geraint Thomas once.
Legend.
Yeah. He says it's the best classic ever because he won it.
Yeah.
Was this the one that Biniam Girmay won, or is that Omloop?
That is...
that was Omloop?
No,
he
won
won.
Gent-Wevelgem.
Oh, yeah,
Gent-Wevelgem.
that's what it was.
Yep.
Right.
Is it just me, or is this time of year so beautiful that you're not paying much attention to Volta Catalunya?
Yeah, I'd rather do the classics.
The stage race.
If I got to pay attention to a 5-day stage race, that's a bad thing going on.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah. When was the last time you were like, shit?
Well, I got to say, I watched stage 1 of it. And
the whole thing or highlights? I do highlights on that.
I only caught YouTube's like 18 minutes coverage of it.
That's all I do.
So, but to see Remco Evenepoel sprinting for a stage 1 victory is not normally what you would see in a 1-week stage race. So it was kind of nice to see. And Jonas Vingegaard seems like he is definitely firing on all cylinders this year, especially after his showing in Nice.
Jonas is doing Giro, right?
Yes.
That's confirmed.
Is he? Okay.
I believe so.
Jackson just confirmed it. And Jackson confirmed that Tadej's going to win everything, too.
So
it's true.
It's true.
So it's true.
Okay, tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm not. I'm wrong.
I'm not.
That was not meant in a facetious manner.
No, I know. But you said it like it kind of was.
No, I did not. You're reading into me.
This dude's jacked up on creatine over here.
Yeah. I am not overly sensitive.
We both are, so don't even.
I am on it. Yeah, exactly. I'm on so much shit. I said this in the last show. You guys ever heard of a COQ10?
No.
Marie called it CoQ10.
CoQ10, yeah.
She knew what it was.
Did she?
Yeah, she knew. She knows everything.
Does she?
Yeah.
She does.
Is she saying like your dad's gonna like grow hair out of his eyeballs?
No, she was just curious as to what. She was just like curious as to like what the reason was.
It's
but she found out.
Yeah. Some of the issues with
it's a penis enlargement.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I'm tired of.
Nuts get the size of a raisin.
I'm tired of.
You know what they say.
I had a self-deprecating joke, and you guys kept shutting me up.
Stepping on your line.
Yeah. You know when you trim the bushes, you can see the trees better.
Yeah.
The tree looks taller when you trim the bush.
Right.
Have you tried that instead of drugs?
No.
Okay.
I'm just tired of my wife laughing when I come out of the shower.
Well, that's
wow. Did you take a cold one?
She's looking out the window for the postman, like my dog is. She's so excited. So nobody's paying attention to any of that kind of stuff. So how do you, with Wout van Aert out, and by the way, whatever happened to just racing into fitness, where these guys are like, oh no, I'm going to go do another little training camp here. I'm going to go do a training camp here. I'm going to do training camp here. I'm going to do training camp over here.
No, God, they're not even over 30 yet, are they?
Yeah, they are. Some are in 30s.
Racing the entire season isn't a thing anymore.
How old's Wout?
He's 31 or 30 or 31.
Okay. He's over 30.
Same with Mathieu.
You see?
Is there any way that you're going to be able to control that other than apparently hit him in the hand with a bike?
No, that's got it. Mathieu.
Mathieu?
Control Mathieu?
Yeah.
With this weekend?
Yeah.
No. There's no way.
So last year he did solo break. Was it last year? Yeah, solo break. The year before God, I can't remember who it was. There was one year it got down. It was 2023. It was Wout, Mathieu, and Tadej, and Wout punched them all in the sprint and won. That was his last one. So,
what was the one that Nelson Powless won this last year? I can't remember that.
That was
classic. It was one of the
Dwar's
Dwar's
Door.
Door. Yeah. That was a
Against
great.
the whole Visma squad.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is coming up too. Yeah, we're entering into that whole Flanders time period that takes us all the way through Ronde, and then
so we have E3 Friday, Ghent Velligum
Wednesday.
Sunday.
Is it Sunday?
Then I think Dwar's Door on Wednesday, and then you get into Flanders is the next weekend, and then you have
Flanders is Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
And then we're only 3 weeks away from
Roubaix.
Yeah.
And I'm not going anywhere. Sam, you might want to rethink traveling down there.
It's already registered.
So, this is Sam Waples we are talking to.
The king of donations.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I was partially, before you walked in the door, I was partially thinking about that for this weekend. I was like, if everybody's going to bash each other's teeth in, do I need to go all the way over there at 5 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go over there.
Okay.
Jackson said yes.
Yeah.
And
So
you need to go get your teeth bashed in.
I probably do. We got to see how it's going. Gentlemen, we are already the part where we take it to the segments. That's right. We're taking it to the segments. Is that the right one? That is the right one. Our segments tonight, brought to us by our friends at Big Barn Brewing out of beautiful Green Bluff, Washington. There are some rides, and the Spokane Lilac Century is actually starting and finishing there, I think, this year. Might have to just go poach that ride because of Big Barn Brewing. Beautiful stuff, great beers, and all kinds of wonderful things they've got going on. Bodacious berries, they always got all kinds of offerings out there that you can pick, harvest. Everything going on out there. Great people, great place. Be sure and try them out. We've got 3 of their beers on tap, and we could not be happier. So, gentlemen, we're starting with, where is it? I always do this every time. You think I would organize
The
things a little bit?
suspense.
I know it.
It's right next to the one I just hit. We're going changing times with Paul Maine. And he intentionally did this to me earlier today by titling this week's show, I Get Knocked Down, But I Get Up Again. You're never gonna turn me down. He drinks a whiskey drink. He drinks a lager drink. He drinks a cider drink. He takes a hit off a
Pissing
ball.
the night
Yeah.
away.
Pissing the night away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Chumbawamba. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Why do I keep that in my long-term memory? I could remember, like...
Aren't they Scottish?
Are they?
I think they are.
All right. Paul, what do you got for us with I Get Knocked Down, but I Get Up Again?
it was Tadej's deal where he just seems to bounce there. We kind of touched it a little bit. Like, he just got back up and made sure his wheels were turning and hopped on. That people, say, well, he's just a talent that can just ride people off the wheel. What he did was, to push back. He said at that moment when he got up, he thought, well, I can take a shortcut back to the finish line. But he saw his teammates and then he just clicked it on. But I think there's a lot of people that don't. They start licking their wounds. And again, I can't say how bad Matthew's situation, but by just the torn jersey and everything and being where he's at, I mean, I thought Tadej was done.
Yeah.
And he stormed up and he had help with his teammates and he gave him tons of, praise and stuff. But same with Strade Bianche. That one he hit hard, freaking hard. I thought he was done. But there's this mentality in cycling where a lot of people are saying, we glorify that part of cycling, the crashing,
Yeah.
It's like, but I think that's kind of the allure, at least for me. It's that human spirit. When you get knocked down, you get back up again type of thing. That I've been in crashes where my first thing in my head is I got to get back in. This is, especially in a stage race, if you don't finish the stage, you're done. And I just spent all this money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I thought I was going to win, but, we all have our incentive. But as I got older, there's times like, screw it. I mean, I've got a picture of me in a crit that I crashed 2 times in the pissing rain.
Oh, God.
In a brand new skin suit, and it is shredded.
Whitworth.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that was a absolute
nasty
deluge.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
It was raining so hard that you could hear the raindrops splatter, and you had that, the little crown of water like coming off the pavement. And I tried I went away from Continental and I tried another tire that everybody rant and raved about, and that thing was like I was skating. It did not do well in the rain. So, but anyway, I think there is a part of this sport, our sport, not to it's not really glamorizing, but we can admire from a distance of somebody who hits the pavement and that human spirit to fight and get through and say, I'm here to win, and even this won't stop me. And I think that's at least some of the intrigue for me, and that was what Paris-Roubaix is, the race that got me into cycling, was that element. And that's why there's, I think, a certain that danger that our human spirit is just likes that challenge and overcoming adversity and stuff. So, I think it's a viable thing.
It's always funny to see, especially this time of year. And Jackson, I know you probably got a boatload of it, probably from your father sometimes, when we see these riders crash and the glorification of the crashes, and then they show it next to a soccer player who's fallen and flopped and is grabbing their ankle like
Nomar.
And those types of reactions. First and foremost, you're comparing apples and oranges, because a cyclist isn't going to get a penalty if any type of a time advantage for falling and pretending he's been injured. So that I've always thought that was a bullshit reference, but it's not necessarily glorifying the crash or glorifying the riding with the injury. What is it? I mean, is it the shock of the holy shit?
I think it's what Paul said. It's like, to see somebody persevere. It's like, wow, they just went through that and they're continuing. It's pretty cool.
And then win.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Yeah, crazy.
Shredded jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also get the naysayers who are saying, they could be seriously injured. You're getting them back on their bike before checking and things like that. And I agree with that, especially when it comes to head injuries.
Yep.
But in that split of the moment, I mean, we have a long way to go with some of this stuff, because they can't diagnose some of this stuff immediately on the side of the road while these things are happening. Did that always piss you off about the soccer thing, didn't it?
What?
The comparison of the flopping in soccer versus the glory of riding into a barbed wire fence.
I think that it didn't really bother me, because there are some players out there that just take it a little too far and kind of ruin the image of soccer. But also I do think that there is a difference between like human spirit and like not caring about your well-being.
Yeah.
There's like, if the person who flew over the edge on the Milan-San Remo during the women's race were to get up and go, I don't think anybody'd be like, you go, girl.
Yeah.
I think they'd be like, somebody needs to stop her.
God, Yeah.
I think that it all has a spectrum, right?
That crash is going to be in my dreams, nightmares for a long time.
Did you ever see the very first? It was Lombardia Evenepoel that he did.
Over the bridge. Yeah.
That was a bad crash.
That was bad.
And he went far.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he
broke
did.
his hip, did he not?
Yeah. He broke his pelvis, I thought.
And I also agree with, I can't recall which commentator it is, always says something along the lines like, okay, we've seen the crash, don't show it anymore. They don't have control. The commentators don't have control over what's being shown on our screens, and they're like, we don't need to see this anymore. We've seen it once. The riders are up. We're going to give you the information. Oh, nope, they're going to show it again, because we live in a culture where if it bleeds, it leads. And so, a lot of those, you've got that fascination. I mean, you hear of NASCAR people who love to watch the crashes in NASCAR or something.
Well, what else? They're just in a toilet bowl going. That's what you're waiting for.
What's the old story? You got the radio communications between the NASCAR driver and the coaching team. It's like, okay, you're going to turn left here in a second. Okay, you're going to turn left. Turn left. Okay, I'm turning left. Okay, now keep going. Okay, you're going to turn left now. Okay, I'm turning left. They just keep repeating it.
Help me, Tom Cruise. I'm on fire.
I'm on fire. Help me, Oprah Winfrey. So who are we to judge? A lot of people are going to say watching a 300 kilometers bike race on a Sunday is pretty stupid waste of your time.
Fair.
And let's be honest, it was pretty freaking slow for a long time. Did you watch?
It wasn't slow.
No, it was.
Yeah, they averaged 40, almost 45 kilometers an hour. So if you put that, it's like 27 miles an hour for 300 kilometers.
Insane.
It is nice getting up around 7:30ish and going, oh my God, they still have 150K.
Yeah.
As opposed to Roubaix, where it's like, if I'm not down here
5:30
with the TV on at 5:30,
Yeah.
everybody,
Paul's knocking on your door.
Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
kicked it in. Yeah, exactly. Sorry,
I'm here.
window broke.
Yeah.
Sam, I don't know what you got for us tonight, but I'm sure it's always interesting. Fit tips with Bike Fit Sam from Ambassador Cycling. Be sure to check them out at ambassadorcycling.com.
Yeah. All right. So my segment is on the orthopedic benefits of shorter crank lengths because obviously we've talked about the aerodynamic advantages and all of that. But I brought this up because last week I did a presentation on Bike Fit to the Spokane Bike Club, which probably the average age group is somewhere in the 60s and 70s. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's what the our new teammates merged their team with this team to just, it's a club group. It's really cool.
Oldest standing club, older than Arrive.
Yep. It's cool. And these guys are diehard. But it was funny because I'm explaining to people about things that I face. And one of them is working in PT. I have people that have hip replacements and they don't have the full range of motion, and you go with the shorter crank arm length so you don't have to have that full range of motion to get up over the hip. And you get people that are like, I'm trying to keep awake because Bike Fit talk at like 7 at night is not riveting, right? To like, everybody's like, well, I have a new hip.
They had dinner. You know? They had dinner at 4:30.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's pretty late.
Bedtime.
The early bird.
Yeah. But it was like, you could see everybody cheer up, and it would just instantly takes off, right? Because everybody's like, wait, you should do that for total hip. And I'm like, not everybody, but if you find yourself like riding and you're noticing that your hips are swinging out as you're getting over the top of the pedal stroke, it's likely that either, not going to roast you.
That's all right.
Who, me or Paul?
Me.
Oh, bring it, bitch. 270 watts all fucking day.
I was just gonna make a bad joke.
I'm riding both days now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, clearing the stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's coming. That episode is in the editing bay as we speak. So,
but okay. Jokes aside, it's more times than not. It has to do with a hip impingement at the top of it, where you don't have enough hip flexion to get over the pedal stroke. So how your hip does that, it mechanically rotates out, right? So it looks like your knee is dropping out to clear that.
I seriously thought it was belly clearance.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm just giving you a hard time. But it's likely hip impingement. So I would say if you are experiencing that, then shorter crank arm lengths, and it's significant shorter crank arm lengths. Like if you're running 175, it's like 160s, or 165, because you have to go that much to get enough of an angle to clear that. But there's a whole array of other things that, it changes as far as like.
I can't get over that. It makes me think of those little circus bikes, like.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a guy that made like 55 millimeter crank arms. And it's a YouTube. Like if you look him up, like 55 millimeter, you just see this very tall guy, and he has him on like a race bike, and he's just, and it's just a total comedy thing, but he does it on all of his bikes. It's very funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that is so insanely short.
Yeah, 160 is crazy short. Like to think of being on 160s, I'm like, wow, that's wild. I wouldn't want to do it, but I like the torque that I have at the longer crank arms. Yeah,
and it's so interesting also because being with the sport for so long, there was a time period where the longer crank arms, the bigger of a badass you were.
You could produce way more power at a quicker rate, right? So if you're a sprinter, to accelerate, longer crank arms are better. That's why like the local guy that cleans up a lot has longer crank arms and has a bigger chainring size.
Jackson's right there.
Well, I was actually going to ask you, because of the style of riding that and racing that I do, would that be something that you would ever suggest for someone like me?
You would benefit from it.
You 175s?
No, like he would have to go up to like 180s.
But are you 175s now?
Yeah,
I think you are.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure that he is.
Yeah, for the size of the bike, I think that's spec'd on BMCs.
It's usually 58, 61, or 175.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's just you're gonna be able to produce a lot more power a lot quicker. And so it makes way more sense. But then you have people like Tadej that can, like the guy is still he would blow any of us out of the water with a sprint, and he has short crank arms, but he has a huge pie plate of a, so there's just those two balance out.
I rode longer cranks because I ride lower RPMs. I always did that. I had a mountain bike with 180s on it. You know how many rocks?
That's insane.
You know how many rocks you hit with 180 crank arms?
Did you have 180s on your road bike too?
No, I
Okay.
did not. I had 175s and I wanted 180s, but I never bought them. Never pulled the trigger. Just because I mean, I'm comfortable riding at like 65 RPMs.
Yeah.
Things come and go because it was standard on all bikes. If you bought a bike, was 170. And then 172 5s for if you're 5'10", go 172 5s or 175s, depending on your inseam. That was back in the 80s. And then I know a couple of guys had 177 5s.
Are there? Do they still make 177.5s?
Well, Campy used to back then. So some guys ran 177 5s, but then in crits, you're striking pedals. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
But see, like that's why, like back to your question, Jackson, is it's hard to say because I do view you as a very well-rounded cyclist. I know you tip towards sprinting because you like to do that as well, but I think you would lose a lot of other benefits you would have from a 175 and push you into a category of really being a sprinter if you went to a longer crank arm, right? So I would say like I wouldn't change it, but that's probably that 1% difference of like, you know, that guy has up on you for sprinting, so you got to like overcome that in a different way. I don't know, but I'm gearing, yeah.
Are you always on our Twilight series? Are you sprinting maxed out in your 11 or
almost guaranteed?
Probably, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say maybe just bigger front chainring, maybe or something like that.
That would be a good way to go.
What's your RPMs?
I'm pretty much around like mid 70s.
And the sprint?
Oh, in the sprint, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be the thing that you'd have to look at. Yeah. To be spun out in a 53, you have probably a 52, I think. 52.11.
I think you might have a 53.
You would have to be hitting 40.
40 miles an hour?
Yeah. Over 40 is where you're going to be peaking out.
Let's deep dive on this next.
Well,
next
yeah,
podcast.
No, it's you know,
Jackson's.
Some people are probably glossing over the eyes, but you know, it's this rabbit hole you can go down with all this kind of stuff.
Do you have cadence on yours?
Mm-hmm.
Check it out on that last sprint that you said you hit your high
wattage, because that was not even close to spun out.
Yeah,
when I did that.
Yeah.
So it may not be gearing; it's just a matter of more RPMs.
Yeah,
which then you would lean towards if it's not just the jump, is a shorter crank. Because
I think with those weights, you're going to see a difference from this year.
I think
just
so
because
too.
you've got that explosive power now, a little bit more in your hips and thighs and buns and thighs, you know, stuff like that.
I think so. Team, not turning this into that, but I think also team. We've got a different team this year too.
Yeah. You know, David will be somewhere else. In prison.
I haven't gotten over that.
Still imprisoned in New Zealand.
Yeah.
We can only hope, right?
Yeah, we can only hope.
Let's keep switching gears with the cool down with Jackson. I assumed you had one. I think you did. Yeah, you did. You texted me. You said it. I read it.
Yeah, I know. It's hard for me.
My mama's credit.
It's hard for me to text during the days. I've always got Mr. Jackson, Mr. Jackson. It's never how are you, you know. So, anyways, I kind of stole that from my wife. I'm not gonna lie. But anyways,
well, you said this earlier this weekend. That if you use your wife's joke, technically you own half of that joke.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. Yeah,
and she owns half of your jokes.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So I guess what we were just talking about doesn't really deviate too far from what my question was. We start racing in 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks.
Uh-oh.
How are you feeling? That's what my question was. How do you feel right now, the fact that we are starting to race in 3 weeks? Sam, how are you feeling?
Really enjoying those rides with the wife. I was like thinking this weekend when we were out riding, I was like, man, it's just really hard. I don't know what it is. It's just hard to get into it this year. I'm really enjoying just riding my bike. You know, like
There's
the thought of racing,
that, but
the thought of racing just doesn't really get me going right now. And maybe it will when racing takes off, but I'm just enjoying riding. I love riding. Like we went out on 2 rides this weekend. It was fun when we did even get that windy ride. That was a good time. So I'm excited for more riding.
I bet you this weekend will kind of kick it in.
Yeah, it might.
Because 2 days. The first day is going to be fast. Second day is going to be an actual race.
Ass whooping. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to beat David.
It's kind of getting you now, isn't it?
It is.
See?
I want to beat him.
You know how you handle David.
Jet-lagged.
You know how you handle David.
Say, go chase those guys.
No, you cut the
Hamstring.
tendon right behind his
So when he
ankle.
goes back,
He'll ne-
his
he'll
weight
never-
displacement goes back.
He'll give up the game.
He'll be sliced.
He'll quit.
He'll quit the game.
Walk away. Nobody gets that reference.
Nobody.
That's a Caddyshack reference. Smales. Smales. I'll tell you what to do, Smales.
See, the thing is, I've seen Caddyshack. I just only have seen it once.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with your generation, man. We got all the
We didn't
classics.
have phones. We had to watch the same
We
stupid
did.
Over
movie
and over and over again.
Same
It's on
video
HBO.
cassette.
In another two hours?
Yeah.
You're gonna watch that
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, you can't bring it up. You gotta. I've watched more movies halfway through than I can name.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but
Paul, how are you
answering,
feeling?
We were answering.
Yeah, I think the test will be on the 16th. I mean, I don't expect much, but that's my barometer. I'll know that. Oh man, I've recovery. I need to like really push on intervals, all that type of thing. Your dad and I are just gonna hang on for dear life on the A's, and just try and get speed. I know I don't have speed right now. It's not there, but you know how much I've lost because I'm an old fart, but. You know, and it'll never come back. But you know, that's fine. There's a very inspirational guy, Franz Hammer, that used to like. He was here. And raced Cat 2 still. I don't know. He was in the 60s.
Long time ago.
Yeah. He looked like Fastio Copy. He was just all hunched over. He'd be in the back, and people would be getting popped, but he was in the back.
Yeah.
But he never won a race, but he got his speed, and he was fast. He was very good. So, yeah.
What up, AI?
Yeah, how are you doing?
You know, and denial ain't just a river in Egypt. And delusion is also a word that I might be heavily dosed in. But all of this, you know, this experiment has actually done some very interesting things to me. Number one, it has given me 1,000% motivation to train. I mean, when 3 days, I got 9 hours in. I'm doing strength training. I'm doing interval rides indoors. I'm really paying attention to my diet, and I've got this training camp coming up, which is 5 days, and I'm gonna do one of my workouts is actually doing the old Lewiston grade 3 times in one day. And I'm trying to get my numbers to where I'm just ready to see if there's an opportunity to not relive but reclaim a little bit of where I once was, and so I'm really motivated for that. And I'm looking at races not with the glimmer of fear or dread for the first time in a long time. So you know, that could all come crashing down in 4 or 5 days, you know, and how I personally choose to handle it is you know, the delusion is going to be broken, but I'm way farther than I have been at this point in time, probably since your birth. So it's been a long time. So I am looking forward to racing. I am looking forward to seeing what's possible. And so, you know, Paul, you've been saying it for years, you know, let's just go. Let's go to the next one. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the next one. Let's just see what happens. And, you know, I've lived with this personal chip. I've lived with my personality on this show where I use self-deprecation as a bit for this show. And sometimes that self-deprecation seeps in. And I've got to remember that you know, sorry, it is a bit for the show. And I've got to shove that away and put on a different hat when I get on the bike. So that was a very long answer, but I'm excited actually I'm excited for Bloom I never would have attended this race 2 years ago. No fucking way. It's too much to worry about. I don't want to deal with that negative energy. This year I'm like, let's see what happens. Let's dance. You know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah,
that's great. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited this year. I think it's going to be a good year, full of different types of opportunities, different types of racing, and I can't really wait to see what it brings.
It's so cool to see. Paul and I are trying to maintain. It's so cool to witness people who are still going a year faster and a year faster and a year faster. It's addicting to be a part of and to see that, and so I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's cool.
Well, we live vicariously through
Yeah,
that.
we do.
Yeah.
When you guys are, on that podium, I'm really happy to go get a table at the pub.
Yeah, we just got a really cool squad this year. It's cool.
Yeah.
We've got young guys, old guys. It's just a very fun mix of everybody. It's fun that we all go out and ride together.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? And that's what it's kind of funny, this discussion with this AI tool that I'm using and stuff like that. There have been a lot of chinks in the armor, by the way. It is starting to forget some of the initial stuff because if you build, it loses track of the initial things.
It's got dementia.
Well, kind of, yeah. It can only handle so much data. But some of the things that I remember entering into it was, yes, these races are my objectives, but one of my biggest objectives is doing what we did last Saturday, and that group ride where everybody's just going absolutely insane and trying to hold on, or trying to, as Sam would say, fuck shit up. And I love that. I love that. And that is one of the main reasons, Sam, why you said, racing, maybe, I just love going out and riding. That still is my number one draw. Paul, I know you're a racer. You're a racer until you're underground. But I those group rides are some of the best days of my life.
Yeah,
so much
like
fun.
I've said, finding this group here is what's brought me back into cycling, because I was definitely after the competitive racing was done for me.
Yeah,
I was done. I was burnt out, and I kind of stepped away from bikes. I took a long period of just not riding and getting back into a group where it's we just enjoy having fun and beating the shit out of each other. It's fun.
It's great. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people do it. I think it's not. That's hence why racing numbers are down.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jackson. That was a good one. I like that. I always like your segments. My segment tonight. I haven't done a pulpit for a while, and I wanted. I wrote this one out when I was in some thought, looking at stuff on social media, and especially when it came to that the women's crash on the descent of the Cipressa. And so I have my segment tonight is called the Keyboard Directeurs. Gentlemen, I need to address a very specific demographic that has infested our sport. I'm talking about, of course, the keyboard directors. We saw it this weekend after the Cipressa. World Tour professionals, men and women who have dedicated their entire genetic existence to pushing the limits of physics, hit the deck at 50 miles an hour on a descent that is essentially a wet noodle draped over a cliff. And within 30 seconds, some douchebag named AeroBob87 with a private profile and an avatar of his cat is in the comments sections typing, "Terrible line, she grabbed too much front brake." Bob, you panic brake when a squirrel makes eye contact with you on the Centennial Trail. The only thing you've taken to the absolute limit is the structural integrity of your office chair. It is a disease. We see it in racing, we see it in the media, and people who have never pinned on a number, never built a brand, and never created a single piece of original content, sitting behind a screen, critiquing the audio mixing of a free podcast or the descending skills of a world champion. Here's my Packfiller reality check. The internet gave everyone a microphone, but it forgot to remind you that your voice actually has to be earned. If your FTP is lower than your resting heart rate, you do not get to critique Tadej Pogačar's tactics. If you have never sat in an editing bay until 2 a.m. to put out a show for free, you do not get to complain about my lighting. The next time you feel the urge to leave a snarky comment about a racer crashing or a creator building something, step away from the keyboard, go out to the garage, and stare at your dusty top tube until the feeling passes. The men and women actually in the arena risking the skin keep racing. To Aero Bob, stop typing. We need someone else to read the comments while we drink good coffee and good beer. That's my segment for tonight. Final question. Sorry, did I sound like I was bitching?
That was brilliant.
Okay.
I loved it.
All right, you sure?
So real.
I don't want to be too much of a dick, but fuck those people.
Yeah.
Outro time, gentlemen. First and foremost, thanks to our friends at Thomas Hammer Big Barn Brewing. Let's keep the rubber side down until next week. Get out and ride when the weather gets good. Gentlemen, our final K for tonight is Things have changed since I last asked this question. So what would be your walkout song or your psych up song before a crit? What's the song you're going to play in your headphones or you would want playing as you roll up to the start line? Who wants to go
I'll
first?
go first.
Sam's
I'm the
go
Man
first.
by Aloe Black.
I'm the Man by Aloe.
It's the same
Look it
one.
up. Yeah.
I think it's the exact same one you said last
Yeah.
time.
Well, no, that or Win.
Oh, yeah.
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 Either one of those.
Okay.
Ain't No Love in Oklahoma by Luke Combs. I'm telling you what. That,
Really?
That, yes.
Is
Little
it
rednecky.
Is it the? Is
No,
it,
it's not
whoa.
rednecky.
Is it the?
No, if you find it,
Is it?
you'll love it.
Is
right.
it the tempo or is it what he's saying?
It's both.
Okay.
It's sweet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Paul.
Drowning Pool.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Mine, I always go to my friends, the Foo Fighters, and mine is Monkey Wrench. I don't think it has anything to do with anything, but it's the tempo and the driving beat. It's that power pop punk that I freaking love. Makes me crazy. I love it. I just want to go. But I don't think I could at a long race, though. Like this weekend, I'm not going to start with that.
No.
You got to finish with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Sam, you going to go race to win this weekend, or you going to just race to hold on?
Yeah.
All right.
As always.
See you at the podium, bitch.
Yeah.